Yes, it's late at night, the week's exam schedule is jam-packed, but your brain doesn't even seem to want to absorb any kind of information, plus any new information at all, and you're tired. You can't even keep your eyes open. What do you do? We've all been through that, especially at this time of exams. So what do you do? Andrea, can you help? This is emergency times now.
Yes. Well, I think desperate times sometimes call for desperate measures.
Yes.
So I'd like to share a few nutrition tips on how to cope with that sort of exam pressure.
Okay, let's start first with the things that you should not do.
Well, the one thing is there are lots of energy tonics and concentration tonics that contain a combination of sugar, caffeine, and alcohol.
Wait,
so
what? Alcohol?
Yes. And you know, I find that surprising and quite shocking that things that are sort of designed as a study aid would contain that combination, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine.
Yeah.
Because the alcohol is not going to help you at all.
No.
We spoke before about how factors that dehydrate your body also interfere with concentration indirectly, like alcohol, caffeine, and sugar. So it's important to read the labels of the products that you buy, and that combination is really not advisable.
And I can imagine that after a couple of days of taking that, if you were to be using it as your regular supplement, that you'd be feeling pretty drained, you know, on day 3.
Well, those products typically, with that combination, would make you feel really energized and focused soon after taking it, but the next day you feel extremely drained, almost like you need to take another sip of that just to feel normal again. But then your brain is overstimulated, dehydrated, and can't work properly.
Yeah, but for as long as I've known, coffee is, you know, that drink that kind of gets you, you know, gives you a bit of energy boost and it helps you to concentrate a bit more. So are we saying eliminate caffeine?
Oh, no. Caffeine in moderation is really good. I mean, it's been proven scientifically as a concentration support ingredient. So if you use it wisely and in small amounts, it can really help you.
Okay.
But if you use too much of it and too often, it overstimulates your brain, and they've shown that very high intakes of caffeine over a long period of time results in mental fatigue. So you wake up the next morning with reduced or below normal levels of concentration, and you cannot go and write an exam like that.
Wow. Okay, so what can we do? What are the do's?
Okay, so if you're going to use something like coffee or tea that contains caffeine, or something like green tea that contains a small amount of caffeine, try to be sensible and take it in the afternoon, early or late afternoon, so that you've got the concentration ability at night when you're studying.
Yes.
Don't take it 11 o'clock at night when you know you still need to study until 12, because it might keep you awake as well.
And there goes your rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What else? I mean, we were talking about, so green tea is a very, very good one, you say. Chamomile tea, tell me about that.
Well, sometimes if you've been studying late at night, you need to shut down and go to sleep so that you get rest for the next morning. And chamomile tea itself has been proven to have sleep-promoting properties.
Yes.
So it has a sedative effect, but it's very mild. So it's not something you take in the morning before you go and run an exam.
No, because yeah, bad combination.
It's also not going to knock you out, but it really helps to shut down the mind. It also has anxiolytic properties, and that means it can reduce anxiety. So that pre-exam jitters and you can't sleep, a cup of chamomile tea, add some milk and a little bit of honey, and that's a perfect combination for a good night's rest.
Great stuff. But now, boosters, if you were to call them that, have been known to actually to work. So is there one that we can have that is that doesn't have alcohol in, first of all, please, and that has the right amount of caffeine and all the other nutrients we need to concentrate?
Well, yes, Vital came up with a product exactly like that, the Vital VitaCharge Multi-Boost Syrup. So this is designed as a healthy alternative for study support. So it contains B vitamins, all those other nutrients that supports concentration and memory, and it contains guarana in a small amount, so it provides a little bit of caffeine.
Okay.
Also green tea extract and coenzyme Q10, which is energizing. So I'm going to let you taste this because it's a syrup and it has to taste good.
The guinea pig.
So you can be the judge of that.
Just before maths and science and chemistry and all those good things.
So this is something that you would take to support a late night study if you really need to stay awake, but not that you're going to sort of reach burnout or anything like that.
Yes, well, fantastic. Okay, I think we got the good tips then. I hope that you've been taking note at home indeed. Be careful. Make sure that you read the label, like you said, because I never ever would have thought that at all. Andrea, thank you very much for all of the advice, and I hope that you at home have enjoyed it and have put together your exam toolkit to help you get through this difficult time. And of course, if you have any more questions, you are welcome to go onto Andrea's Facebook page, Andrea du Plessis Vital Expert, and ask all the questions you need answers to.
Trust Vital for your family's health.